Over the past week, we've had quite a few games being announced, alongside some major updates for some new Game Pass additions. If you prefer some first-person shooters, or maybe even a bit of sport, or if you just want to dive into something crazy, then I have you covered. Today, I'll be covering 15 brand new games being announced and updated, and be sure to keep an eye out again for that Game Pass icon to see what games are coming to the service. With that, my name is Fletcher, and this is Xbox Nation, and let's dive right into the new games that have been announced, alongside the huge updates coming our way. First up, we finally got the due announcement of EA Sports College Football 26, and it'll be arriving onto Xbox consoles on the 10th of July. You may notice the Game Pass icon as well, but that's due to the game having a free trial with Xbox Game Pass Ultimate at launch, which will actually let you try out the game for 5 hours, as we do with other EA titles. The new trailer though, which I've popped up on screen for you all now, includes high school football, which is bringing a whopping 2,700 new plays, alongside 10,000 players and over 300 real-world coaches with true-to-life schemes. There also seems to be a great broadening of the Road to Glory mode, alongside improved player and manager likenesses. We are of course seeing the usual EA jargon like improved AI and tactics and so much more, so you know this is going to be a better version of College Football 25. Are you going to be diving into this brand new release? I've never really ever played these games, but I'm keen to hear what you think in the comments below. I have mentioned Sand on the channel before for upcoming Xbox games, but we never actually got an official announcement or date confirmation from the publisher, outside of some comments over on Reddit and also on the Discord by their team. As of this Tuesday though, we officially have word at the Tiny Build Connect that Sand will be coming to both the Xbox Series consoles later this year. This is essentially an open world player versus environment extraction shooter, where you'll operate giant walkers across the post-apocalyptic dunes of a fallen planet. You will have to battle rival players, explore, loot and extract valuable resources in a hostile, ever-changing world. To be honest, I've been keeping my eye on this one for quite some time due to those gorgeous visuals, and the premise here seems incredibly unique. I'm getting the vibe of Sea of Thieves off of this one, but in a desert environment, and I absolutely love it. Well, I think you all might be shocked with what I'm about to show you right now. The game on screen right now is called Duckside, and yes, that is indeed a duck with a gun. I was totally stunned upon seeing the announcement this week of Duckside, which is noted as being an open world survival game with both PvP and PvE elements. It seems to have a ton for us to do as well, from crafting, base building, hat wearing, and so much more. This essentially seems to be Rust, but if Rust essentially turned everyone into ducks and decided to turn up the assertiveness level up to 11. This was shown off at the Tiny Build Connect alongside Sand, and it has been slated for an early access or Xbox game preview release for later in 2025. I'm personally all on board with these weird and wonderful indie projects, and the fact that Tiny Build greenlit this project has me extremely excited. Are you ready to glide, hover, and shoot other duck enemies? Well, I definitely can't wait. As an awesome bit of news to interject for all of you Xbox Game Pass subscribers, you can now go ahead and play the premium edition of Forza Horizon 5 with your Game Pass subscription. This is the edition that actually provides us with every single bit of DLC, with the likes of the awesome Hot Wheels expansion and the less impressive but still really fun Rally expansion. You also get the VIP offering, which offers you some extra wheel spins, some nice XP boosts, new cars, and so much more. I totally anticipate this actually happened due to the PS5 release to give us Xbox Game Pass owners a bit more bang for our buck. But nevertheless, it's great to see this replacing the regular old edition of Forza Horizon 5. Will you be diving into these new expansions? I'm keen to hear your thoughts down below. If you are an Xbox owner, then you need to go over to the Xbox store right now, and you can claim Tell Me Why for free until the 1st of July. Specifically, you will be looking for the Tell Me Why Chapters 1 to 3 version of this game, as it's split into multiple chapters that continue the story as you progress. Tell Me Why is already included with your Game Pass subscription already, but if you head over to the Xbox store page for it, you should also see an option to claim the game permanently for free. For those of you out there who haven't played this one before, Tell Me Why is a narrative adventure game from the same team behind the Life is Strange series, and it follows a couple of reunited twins in their quest to unravel the memories of their loving but troubled childhood. Personally, I did actually quite enjoy my time with this one, as I do like that sort of interactive Life is Strange-esque adventure, but the pacing was quite slow, and I know that might put a few of you off. I wasn't aware of this next game, but it actually launched onto Xbox as of this week, and upon doing a bit more digging and digging a little bit deeper, the game has some fantastic reviews over on Steam when it was in its early access period, so it definitely might be worth diving into. Oddsparks, an automation adventure, is the cozy meets complex blend of automation and real-time strategy, and this 1.0 release is delivering its complete and most polished version yet. This game though invites us to explore strange fantasy worlds, tame the terrain, and build sprawling logistics systems using a delightful crew of sparks, which are tiny oddball helpers that carry, craft, clean, and even defend your own bases. From towering trains to botanical production lines, from base building defense battles to sandbox style customization, this is looking like a pretty feature-rich and great automation game right out the gates. It is listed for a low price of just £25 currently, so it might be worth diving into if you like these sort of experiences. Parkour-focused games like Mirror's Edge and Free Running have all but vanished, but solo indie developer Michael Loschk wants to bring them back. His upcoming title, named Rooftops Alleys, aims to revive the entire genre, handing players full control to flow through urban landscapes with style and freedom. Parkour is ostensibly about getting from point A to point B in as little time as possible, but Rooftops Alleys looks to mix them both up, as you'll be sprinting through the maps in the most stylish ways possible for extra points, in essentially a bid to outclass your friends. It's not just about the destination, but it is the fun of that entire journey. There's even been a note about a tag team mode that's non-stop fun, as you essentially chase and evade your friends with all the dazzling tricks that you've learned thus far. This one comes into a full 1.0 access state as well from its time over on PC, and it will be landing onto both the Xbox Series X and S consoles on the 17th of June. A cool little indie which came out on PC a little while back in February this year is actually coming to Xbox this July. If you like competent Metroidvanias and you're trying to tide yourself over for Silksong news, I do have my fingers crossed for you Silksong bros, it might be worth checking out Somber Echoes. This is a game which has a really cool Greco-Roman style intertwined with sci-fi elements, and is a winning combination, and it presents itself pretty perfectly. Even though many out there have said the gameplay is rather simplistic, the traversal and the overall feel of the game seem to be very compelling and made it a must-play for many within this genre. I'm really loving the visuals here, but I know Metroidvanias are kind of made or broken on the gameplay responsiveness, and I'm actually keen to get my hands on this one when it lands later this July. If you are a keen Warhammer nut like myself, then we had the excellent Skull Showcase back at the end of last week. Obviously, you will be aware by now that we are getting Warhammer Space Marine 1 remastered, and it is coming to Xbox Game Pass day one. However, another awesome announcement that came out the show was for Warhammer 40,000 Boltgun 2, and I'm beyond hyped for this new sequel. Boltgun 2 though will continue the story of Ultramarine Malum, who returns as the playable character. The sequel though will look to pick up directly after the events of the first game, which depicted Malum's mission to purge heretics in the name of the Emperor. In terms of gameplay changes though, Boltgun 2 actually looks to introduce a branching campaign mode, meaning that we'll be facing multiple different narrative paths with mission routes and story outcomes that shift based on your decisions during the game. Honestly, I can't wait for this one. It sounds incredibly awesome and it looks so bloody good. Before diving into the remaining announcements, make sure to subscribe down below for more Xbox content every single day, as over 74% of you have not joined the Xbox Nation. I am aiming for 100,000 subscribers by the end of this year, and I would love for you to join one of the greatest Xbox communities here on YouTube. I have mentioned it before, but if you're interested, I will also be live streaming both the Summer Games Fest and Xbox Showcase next week, and it'd be great to see you in those live events. Thanks again for your continued support here on the channel, and let's dive back into the awesome announcement and updates coming our way. If you have been an avid Rust enjoyer over on Xbox consoles, then you will be excited that Rust is getting an Xbox Series X and S update on the 26th of June, but do note that the Xbox One counterpart will be shutting down this October. Most of the improvements between the old and current gen releases haven't actually been detailed at the moment, but you can check out the 30 minutes of footage with the link in the description below, or just with the snippets that I'm showing on screen now. Interestingly enough though, when the news was first announced, I wasn't actually sure whether existing Rust console owners will get access to the Xbox Series X and S version as a free upgrade, but that does seem to be the case. The team says that if you search for your version of Rust on the Xbox Store featuring SX at the end, it should show up as a free purchase. This is a great upgrade scheme, but if you want to dive into Rust right now, the base version is available for £40. Now, Polish developer 7 Levels have announced that it's bringing its 2018 platformer called Castle of Heart onto your Xbox screens this summer with a revamped version of its Slavic mythology-inspired dark fantasy adventure. This revamped version, though, according to the official press release, is a massively upgraded and expanded version of the original release, featuring significant enhancements across both gameplay, story, visuals, and so much more. If you did miss the game back in 2018, Castle of Hearts Retold sees you refill the big metal boots of Zran, a Slavic warrior tasked with taking out an evil sorcerer minion of the Dark Lord Chernobog. Of course, nothing is straightforward when you're battling an evil god and his idiot mates, and so Sran has been hobbled somewhat by the fact that he's cursed and his new body is slowly turning into stone as he goes. It looks great, and I'm keen to see what this newer version has in store, as I never got the chance to dive into this one when it first came out back in 2018. I Am Your Beast is the latest game from developer Strange Scaffold, and it will be launching for Xbox consoles this year. This one was actually released on PC to some pretty great reviews last year, and it's an arcadey, rapid-style first-person shooter in which you play as a retired secret agent who single-handedly wages war against a military faction. Each level here is a miniature sandbox with a number of enemies for you to kill before you reach the escape hatch. You can complete the objectives as you please, but you'll essentially need to finish each stage very quickly in order to earn the best scores. It does remind me a lot of games like Superhot, only without that slow-mo action, but combined with the speedrunning mentality of something like Neon White. With a breakneck pace to the gameplay and stylish methods of eliminating enemies, it looks like a lot of fun. If you are interested, the first-person action title is heading to both the Xbox Series consoles on the 25th of June, and it will retail for a low cost of just $20. You may be aware, but I've been keeping an eye on Rematch for quite some time now, especially since it was announced for Xbox Game Pass, and the previews have suggested that it could be a huge hit. I am very glad to report that it is playable for free on your Xbox right now. If you're interested in checking out Rematch before the full release this June, you can do so by heading to the Xbox Insider Hub app on your console and then scrolling down to the preview section and looking for the Rematch Beta. If you see it, that means you can sign up for free right now and you'll be redirected to a closed beta download page on the Xbox Store. Alternatively, if you're not having any luck with the Xbox Insider Hub app, the official Rematch website is also accepting beta key registrations as we speak right now, but this may take longer before you can get accepted. The final beta for Rematch will be available until tomorrow at midday, after which you'll need to wait until the Game Pass launch. After months and months of waiting, Square Enix has finally revealed the release date for Dragon Quest 1 and 2 HD 2D Remake, and this is a dual pack of remakes for the first two titles of the legendary Dragon Quest series. Dragon Quest 1 and 2 will be arriving to both the Xbox Series X and S consoles on the 30th of October this year. In addition though, the Xbox version will receive Xbox Play Anywhere support, so you can continue to play your save file for both Xbox consoles, Windows PC, and compatible handhelds. As a big-time Dragon Quest fan since I blazed through the main series in the 2010s, I can't wait to play this upcoming Xbox JRPG. I absolutely love the Dragon Quest 3 HD 2D remake, and being able to dive into this newer remake with those gorgeous HD 2D graphics alongside cool new gameplay mechanics, quality of life features, and so much more, it's absolutely tantalizing. Now, let's explore Echo Weaver, a visually stunning Metroid Brainia that's coming to Xbox Game Pass for both Xbox and PC, but currently we still don't have a release date. This title though looks to draw inspiration from classic adventure platformers and also the Outer Worlds, immersing you in a time-looping world where every second counts. Trapped in a glitching loop, you must essentially harness its energy for critical actions like healing, trading, and uncovering hidden paths, proving that this game's knowledge is the ultimate weapon. Instead of traditional upgrades like other games in this genre, Echo Weaver looks to challenge us with its mantra called no upgrades, no unlocks, just secrets, and you can already do everything, you just don't know how to yet. This intriguing design encourages deep exploration of a ruined society, where every secret you uncover gradually transforms your abilities, and it's all done within a cool time limit to ensure that you're doing it as quickly as possible. All the gameplay shown was actually part of an awesome deep dive, and we even got note of a demo coming to the Xbox Store very soon. So, what Xbox game announcement or update are you looking forward to? Have you delved into Forza Horizon 5 lately, or are you going to go into it right now with the free Premium Edition upgrade? I'm keen to hear your thoughts down below. Remember to like this video if you enjoyed, and subscribe as we grow closer and closer to that 100k milestone by bringing you the best content that I can every single day. A big shout out to our channel members for your continued support here every single month, and you can support further by clicking that join button down below. Whilst here though, why don't you check out the video on screen now, as I covered the awesome sales going on right now, and oh boy, that backlog is getting mighty large.